Now, as I mentioned earlier, the blues were a big influence on jazz, and it didn't take very long for jazz artists who might have been from the cities, who might have been kind of divorced from the kind of country life and plantation life that the original bluesmen sang about, or the prison life that the original bluesmen sang about. But they liked the expressiveness of the blues, and they especially liked this 12-bar strophic form that really lent itself to very free improvisation and spontaneous creations of melodies in jazz improvisation. So the blues form became a very big part of jazz from a pretty early point. Louis Armstrong, if you know that name, is a trumpet player who recorded something called the West End Blues, which was not singing, it was not text at all. What do I need to say about this? Nat King Cole was a very well-known jazz pianist and vocalist from the 40s, 50s, 60s, and he took this song that was written by a white songwriter called Route 66, which was based on the blues musical form, although the topic is more like post-World War II America, where the car was becoming more important, when McDonald's was created as fast food. While you're traveling around the country, you can stop and have your dinner here without going to a sit-down restaurant. And I don't want to get too far afield here, but just to paint a picture for you that the lyrics are about a time in American history where people are traveling more, taking more vacations, seeing more of the country because the cars were getting better, the roads were getting better, and the infrastructure was allowing this kind of mobility.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now you go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City, look mighty pretty, you see. Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Want you to get hit to this time with tip when you make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. To this tiny tip when you make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66.
one more example for you here from a great jazz diva of the 20th century, Ella Fitzgerald, whom many people consider to be the greatest jazz singer of all time. And she's doing a song that is a real blues with 12-bar form and talking about relationship problems and how her mama told her that this certain man would be bad for her. And turns out she was right. And the man would leave her to sing the blues in the night. Now when she starts out, it's very jazzy improvisation. Ella uses her voice like an instrument, and she sings about the man and the problems and kind of gives you a sneak preview of what the song lyrics are going to talk about. And it's a very good combination of jazz vocal aesthetics and blues vocal aesthetics. Not as rough as the old school guys, but not just smooth like Frank Sinatra or Mel Torme. So check out Blues in the Night from Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My mama was right. My mama was right. Oh, she told me. Yeah, she told me, honey. She told me you were wrong. You were wrong for me. You were wrong for me. Yes, my mama was right. Now I got blues in the night. Yeah, my mama done told me that I wasn't pigtails. My mama done told me, hon, a man's gonna sweet talk and give you the glad eye. But when that sweet talk is done, a man is a two-faced, a worrisome thing who'll leave you to sing the blues in the night. Hear the whistle blowing, hear the whistle blowing, woo, 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 wee. My mama done told me, hear that whistle blowing across the trestle. Oh, go, 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 wee. My mama done told me, oh, hoo-wee, hoo-wee. Oh, clickety-clacks and echoing back the blues in the night. The evening breeze will start the trees to crying, and the night will hide its light. He knows things are wrong, and he's right. Hear that wind blowing, oh yeah, out the storm, 'cause he knows things are wrong, and he's right. Yeah, tell me what my mama said. From Natchez to Mobile, from Memphis to St. Joe, wherever the river going flow. I've been to some big towns and heard me some big songs, but when that sweet heat talk is done, a man is a two-faced, a worrisome thing to leave you singing the blues in the night. I got a blues. I got the blues in the night. Oh, mama, you were right. Yeah, you were right. It got me crying. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me I was wrong. I should have listened to mama. 'Cause mama was right. 'Cause I got blues. I got blues. I got blues. I got blues in the night.
Okay, on this next slide called Parting Shot, Blues in the Rock Era, I have 4 different clips available. I'd like everyone to watch the first one, and then you can choose if you like it, you want to continue to watch all of them. I think you would really enjoy them. But I'm going to give you the option to choose one more. So everyone watch the first one. Choose at least one more if you know any names or anything strikes your interest there. And then there's some things to discuss about what you're hearing about the blues in the era of rock and roll and everything that comes after that.
I went down to the crossroad, well, I'm on my knee. Down to the crossroad, well, I'm on my knee. Add a lot of love on my seat, sing me if you please. breaking down.
The reason, of course, I wanted everyone to watch the first one is because it is a modern version of the Robert Johnson song, Crossroads. Did you make the connection? Sometimes it's almost impossible to hear it's the same song. But the lyrics are the same. We heard more verses, I think, and it was a little clearer in this version with John Mayer and Eric Clapton. Hopefully all of you know about Eric Clapton, a legend in British blues and rock. Done so many different things. He was one of the first white artists to bring reggae style with I Shot the Sheriff. He covered the Bob Marley tune. Did a lot of things with rock and pushing the boundaries of guitar playing in rock and roll and the rock era. And now he's just considered to be a blues rock legend. He's playing with John Mayer, who hopefully, again, many of you are familiar with. One of his most familiar songs, I think, is Waiting for the World to Change, but he's had a number of hits in the recent past. And I have a whole lot of respect for him based on his ability to play blues-style guitar. So he's not just a singer, the way many recording artists are today. He is a singer and an instrumentalist and very good at what he does. And that, what do you notice about the difference between Robert Johnson's old school version of Crossroads and this new version? Hopefully you're hearing the driving drum beat that's part of the rock era. You're hearing up more faster tempos. You're hearing more intensity from the electric instruments and amplified instruments. But you're hearing a similar kind of singing style that goes all the way back to Robert Johnson and those old school guys. And then depending upon which other videos you watched, you also got some ideas of the intensity of amplified instruments. There are things that happen with electric guitar that can create a sustained kind of sound, which an acoustic guitar can't do. It can create what we call distortion effects for more rough edge, and that goes back to an African value where they're trying to make the guitar kind of sing like the voice and be rough edge and emotional. You hear certain other things that create syncretic progression of the blues into the modern era. Now, to summarize, cultural exchange almost always leads to syncretism. Remind yourself what syncretism is. That it includes a blending of compatible elements. Again, think of that banana dipped in chocolate sauce. Compatible tastes compared to dill pickle dipped in chocolate sauce. Probably not a compatible taste for most people. The North American version of African-European hybridity emphasizes vocal genres more than dance genres for a while. And then, of course, in the 20th century, things came back in to get that dance element and the rhythmic element much more strong in African-American music. Some of the vocal genres that created the basis for the blues and gospel are field hollers, work songs, spirituals, and lining out hymns. Then the blues developed around 1900. The blues kind of recontextualized the idea of call and response and eventually used European instruments to reimagine African layered rhythmic texture. So those two things kind of come together. We can have a vocal call and an instrumental response, which is a European syncretism coming into the Africanism. Then we've got the African layered rhythmic things that are not just combinations of idiophones and membranophones. In this context, it is European instruments. It is piano with a certain timeline component, and bass with a certain timeline component, and guitar with a certain timeline component, and the drum set with a certain timeline component, instead of the multi-timbral drum ensemble. And many of today's popular music genres can trace their roots back to the blues, so they're branches from that musical tree. Now, one more slide. If you enjoyed blues in the rock era, and you've got some time and you'd like to check out a few more, here's one, actually two for you to enjoy. One from the 1980s and one from 2008. Glenn Frey was a member of the Eagles. Some of you know that band. And he's embarked upon a solo singing career and did this thing about smuggling drugs in the U.S., what he calls Smuggler's Blues, back in the 1980s. And then Joe Bonamassa, not a lot of people know about him, but he is a fairly young, up-and-coming kind of artist, blues artist, and he combines elements of blues and rock into a very powerful contemporary mix. So enjoy those, and we will continue in session 2 to make connections between the blues as one trunk of contemporary music and gospel as another trunk of that same tree. Aloha.